She grew up in Australia, ordinary life, job, routine, just a normal 9 to 5 type of thing. And then COVID struck. And while everyone sat tight and waited for it all to be over, Kellie flew to Bali to start a new life. At 59 years old, she packed up her bags, got rid of everything she knew back in Australia, and flew to Bali, went into quarantine, and she'd only been to Bali once before, and started this new life that now leads her to the place that she's in now. What I was really interested in is what it sort of takes to do something so brave, because I think it's just a fantastic story. So today I want to talk to Kellie, get to the bottom of some of this stuff, have a look at her house that she's got just around the corner, and maybe pick her brain about how you might be able to do it as well. Welcome to the channel, Kellie.
Hello, Adam.
So let us know, Kellie, how did it all sort of begin? Where did you sort of grow up and where was your sort of formative years back in Australia?
Well, I'm originally from Darwin.
Yep.
I was born in Darwin.
Yep.
And I lived there. I was pretty young when I left Darwin because my father was in the Navy.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then we got sent to Canberra.
Yep.
Then from Canberra we got sent to Sydney, Seven Hills.
Yep.
And then we got moved to Singapore for 2 years.
Wow, that's cool.
And then I did most of my education in Canberra.
Yep.
And when I was about 18, 19, I moved to the Central Coast.
Yep.
And that's where I've lived up until I come to Bali.
Right, so most of your adult life, Central Coast. What part of the Central Coast?
Around Budgewoi area, up the north area.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Because I mean, people would say, hang on, you're leaving somewhere like the Central Coast, which is like heaven on earth as well. Unless you live there.
Maybe in more affluent suburbs. But,
okay.
I mean, Budgewoi is all right, but, you know, it's Budgewoi.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I have never lived there, but my imagery of Central Coast is that it's a beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
And people used to go on holidays there back in the day.
Yeah.
To Tukli and all that sort of place. But I guess maybe it's not really like that these days, or...
Yeah, it's okay. But, well, compared to Bali...
Yeah. Is it expensive there now?
It is getting expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years and years ago, Budgewoi was one of the cheapest suburbs to move to.
Wow, yeah.
But as the place has spread, places are getting so expensive.
Yeah. So you were a single mum for most of your adult life,
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much so.
And so that could be quite tough, yeah?
Yeah, it was. I had my daughter by myself since she was 4 weeks old.
Yep.
And I didn't know any better, any different, so we just coped. I mean, it was hard because a lot of the time I didn't have family around.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's 43 now.
Wow, that's cool.
Going on 44, and she's an award-winning writer. She's a published writer. She lives in Victoria.
Yeah.
And she's doing really well.
Oh.
Pretty proud of her.
Did that, being a single mum, I mean, I can imagine that hampers your finances long term, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because when you've got two income earners, I guess it helps for retirement and all that sort of stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that really hamper your ability to pay?
Yeah. Oh, well, I had to go on the sole parent pension for a little while.
Yeah.
I didn't have any family around to look after my daughter, and I couldn't find much childcare.
Yeah.
So, I was on the pension for a while, and then I got a job and started working, then part-time, then full-time, and she was in school. And
so trying to dig your way out.
Yeah. It was just a gradual thing. But
that's tough, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I just got used to it. No, you live within your means, and I know how to budget really well.
Yeah. So when it comes to as you're sort of motoring along towards retirement, and then COVID hits, what happened there?
Well, like I said, I was working for a pathology company for 17 years, a private company.
Yeah.
And when COVID hit, at first I volunteered to go on the COVID drive-through.
Yeah.
And anybody who's been through COVID knows what a COVID drive-through is.
Yeah.
And then I went on there full-time. So it was just, at first we just had a tent in a Leagues Club car park. And then we got actually a big marquee. So I was working there 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, in full PPE gear.
Was it a really tough gig?
It was. I mean, it was nice being outside, not in an office. But when it started getting busy, it was just bedlam. Like, we had cars backed up on the highway, 300-400 a day. We'd run out of equipment. We didn't have any toilet facilities or running water or anything. The girls did get that eventually, but while I was there, but
was that sort of like the impetus, like you're saying, I can't keep doing this, like? Or...
well, yeah, I sort of was starting to lose my mind. It was hard
work. A lot of us
work.
were in COVID.
And people were starting to lose their mind. I saw a lot of very frustrated mothers because the children, if they had a sniffle, they had to
get tested.
Come back to school, and some mothers were supposed to be working, and it was just bedlam. And sometimes children don't like having things stuck up their nose.
And really far. Feels like it's getting into your brain.
Well, it used to go right up, but then they perfected it, and it only went to about there, which was a lot better. But some children don't like you doing that, and you have to sort of tussle a bit with, or their parents did.
So what happened? So one day you just said, "Look, I've had enough." Or
I was just sitting there. I mean, like I said, I'd only been to Bali once for a 2-week holiday in 2018. And I just thought, because I was one of those people who would never go to Bali.
Me too.
I went to Bali and went, now I know why people go to Bali. It's understandable. It's a great place. And so, I just thought, I'd like to live there one day. And then during COVID, I just had enough and went, it's now or never.
Wow.
And I just decided, and then I sold most of my stuff. I was fortunate to have a friend who had a friend that she introduced me to a few years before, who lived in Bali. And she'd got back to Bali from Australia. And it was difficult. Because getting out of Australia then was very difficult.
It was difficult,
You had to apply to the Department of Home Affairs, and
there were ways to do it.
Well, I got rejected twice, and then third time lucky, and they let me go. And so I just went, I'm going now. And I came here in a good time because, I got accommodation at a better price. So. Did you come straight to Sanur? No, I didn't. After my quarantine in Jakarta for 5 days, I went to Seminyak. Where I quarantined for 14 days. But that wasn't as strict as Jakarta. And then I stayed at a hotel in Legian for a month just to see where I wanted to be. Then I stayed in a homestay for about a month. And then I just wasn't feeling the vibe there. So my friend who helped me get over here, Ruth, she took me to Sanur. And I'd never been to Sanur before. And I just went, this place is great. So here I am, and it was the best move I made.
I think that's a pretty good lesson about checking out different places before you commit.
Well, that's why I didn't put down a long-term lease before I come over. I just wanted to see how I felt over there. And Sanur is the place I feel the most comfortable.
I was just talking to Kellie off camera, and she was talking about how she was a bit stressed when she arrived, and it makes sense when you come to an unfamiliar place that you need to start adapting, and that's a bit stressful at the start. So tell us about that a little bit, Kellie. So when you got here, were you a bit scared, I guess? I mean, it would be normal to be a bit scared.
Like I said, I only knew one person here, but I was fortunate enough to get connections of other Australian girls here who were great for me. But they came and saw me and took me places and showed me around, and I'll be forever grateful to that. But I was clueless. I was so green. Like I said, I'd only been here once before. I made lots of mistakes. And some things that I used to do will make me cringe now. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, look,
Such
I think
a
the thing
green
is,
person.
when we all move here, we come here with certain expectations and certain ways that we think things should be done. And we start making mistakes that we don't even know are mistakes sometimes at the start. But after a while, you go, probably could have done that a bit better.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you live and learn, and I'm still learning now.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but it's great to learn stuff. There's so much to learn here.
What about in terms of language? Are you making any effort to learn the language?
Yes, I have a ebook that I got, and I've been learning that. I also, with my Indonesian husband, I try and speak as much Indonesian with him.
That makes a big difference.
But because I'm older, I don't absorb language as well as if I learnt when I was young.
Yeah.
Because this sponge is full of other stuff.
So how old are you now? 64?
64.
So do you, can you do things like order in Indonesian?
Yeah, I can order in Indonesian.
Are you confident doing that, or?
Sometimes, yes. I can speak, like I said, some Indonesian.
Yeah.
I try and speak as much to my husband as I can and make sure I get the pronunciation right.
Yeah.
But the thing I find, if I speak Indonesian to people, to Indonesians, they come back at me with thinking that I'm very fluent.
Yes, that's a typical one.
And I'm like,
oh, you speak Indonesian, and then you're like,
and I'm like, sedikit. Can you slow down a little bit?
Yeah. I had the same problem. What I had to do, I had to learn the words for. I don't speak a lot of Indonesian. Can you slow down? Something like. So I had some stock phrases to fire back at people. So
Yeah,
they
well,
go,
I've got my phrase that I say. Yeah. My husband thinks I speak too formally, but I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. I think that's totally fine.
I can't learn all the slang and stuff like that.
One of the big questions people are going to have is that you're not going to be entitled to a pension because you're living here. So when you're entitled to a pension at 67, are you?
Yeah, 67.
And the rules regarding pensions in Australia are that you need to have been living in Australia for 2 years prior to applying.
Yeah, you have to be a resident.
Okay. For 2 years.
For 2 years to get your pension, or you can go back 2 years before you're 67, be a resident for 2 years, then you can apply for your pension. But if I want to go back and apply for my pension, I have to be in Australia and be a resident and apply for my pension then.
Yeah.
I can go on holidays. There's a certain amount of time you must spend in Australia and a certain amount of time you can go away. So, yeah.
So how are you willing to forfeit your pension in Australia to live here?
Yeah.
You are. Was that always the plan though?
No.
Okay. So when you first came here, you thought, you know what, I'm going to have to go back before I'm 67, otherwise I won't get the pension. Is that what your original thought?
Well, I was, as I said, I'm living on my superannuation and some savings, and I was just going to live on that frugally until pension time and then go back to Australia for 2 years.
Yes.
And that was the plan. But since then, things have changed. I was fortunate enough to get an inheritance from my mother. It's not a huge inheritance, but...
Doesn't need to be though, does it?
No. Here I can cope. I have a budget that I stick to.
Yeah.
I'm not extravagant. I have an Indonesian house. You know, it's not expensive. My husband works. He looks after himself. And I just live very simply.
Yeah.
And I think that as long as I don't live till I'm 95, I'm going to be able to keep living here. So that's the plan.
What happens if you do get to your 90s?
Well, if I run out of money, I'm going to have to go home.
I think the thing is, the worst case scenario is probably that you run back home destitute and broke.
Yeah. And
you've had a really good 20 years in the intervening period, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's not bad, especially because you're at a stage of your life where you're still active and able to do stuff. Yeah, interesting. So that's interesting that you're not too concerned about the long-term future. Tell me a little bit about health. I remember I remember you were saying something at one point about that you've had some interaction with the local healthcare system. So I guess I want to dig into, first of all, how you pay for your healthcare, and then we'll go into what your opinion of the system itself is like here. So tell us how you cover yourself in terms of healthcare.
Well, I'm on the BPJS.
That's the government
Yeah.
government insurance scheme for Indonesians and spouses of Indonesians.
Yeah. So that's $15 a month. You can get
Higher
high
tier.
grades,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
pay more, but $15 a month is what I want. And that basically was initially in case I had an emergency.
Yes.
You know, you want to be able to be covered. And I did have an emergency. I dislocated my shoulder.
So tell us a bit about that.
Dislocating my shoulder? Yes, well, fell in the bath.
Okay.
Yeah. And fortunately, Bali Mandara is up the road. So my Balinese neighbour bundled me into the car and took me up to the hospital. They were good. They come straight out because I had
Blood and
blood
stuff.
everywhere. Yeah, I looked pretty bad. And they got the wheelchair, wheeled me in and put me into the emergency room. The doctor came in, saw me. I had x-rays straight away. Unfortunately, the orthopaedic surgeon wasn't available to put the arm back in, though I went, you can upgrade to a VIP room, which is a private room, because the BPJS ward was full. So I opted to do that, and it wasn't that expensive. And because I was in pain, I would have driven everybody crazy. So that was good. So the next day, the surgeon came in, put my arm back in. I went back to my private room, and then he come back later and said, "You're all good." So the reduction, putting my arm back in, was covered by BPJS. The operating theatre, all my medications, painkillers, and any other procedure, that was all covered by BPJS.
So all you had to pay is the little gap between the basic room and the room that you got?
Yeah.
And how many nights did you stay there?
Only one night, but it was a really good room.
So it's like a hotel?
Yeah, basically. It was a big TV and it was quiet, and you just had to push button, the nurse come in. My husband was able to stay because they had a lounge in there.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good
it
little
was a good experience. I was happy with the care.
Because I think that's one of the things as we get older and move to a place that we're not familiar with, we often worry about how it's going to be.
What's the medical care going to be like? You know, am I going to be safe? Am I going to be looked after properly?
Now, Kelly, there's this handsome guy to your right. What's his name?
Darius.
Darius. Hi, Darius. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. Kumahadamang.
Saya.
Yeah. So that's Sundanese language. He's actually from West Java, which is where I lived for 12 years. Tell us about how you met Darius.
Okay. Well, I think it was only...
And was there any expectations there at the start?
Well, no. I moved here with not thinking about
Anything like that?
anything like that. I just wanted to live a nice, happy little life in Bali.
And this bloke rolls up.
Yeah, well, I met him through a mutual friend, and then I met him again at a venue. We were watching a band, and we've been together ever since.
That's the way it works, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you, because sometimes, you know, I'm married to an Indonesian as well, and sometimes there's a stereotype of a white guy marrying an Asian lady. Do you get the same for a white woman marrying an Asian guy? Is there anything like that?
There can be. People got preconceived ideas about it. This is my first marriage. I first married at 60. I never had long-term...
You deserve it.
Yeah. No, I dealt with all the bad relationships. Now, at 60 you know what you want.
Yeah.
But,
that's nice. I really love that. I really love that.
Yeah, and we get along really well.
And what we would say in Indonesian language is that Darius has sopan santun.
Sopan santun.
He's a very well-mannered and polite guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you just tell by that beautiful smile on Darius. What we might do now, we're actually having a little coffee here at a place called Mai Malu, which is on the west side of the bypass in Sanur in Bali. Beautiful little place. It's not a tourist area, it's where residents will live. And this is the sort of place that Kellie and Derris might come for a coffee, a place that I might come for a coffee every now and then. And they actually live quite close to this place, as I do, as a lot of people do. So we might actually go to their house and check out what sort of place they're living in. They're living in an Indonesian style house with no sort of foreigner focused stuff at all. So you get to see the way an Indonesian house really looks. It's actually a really good idea to see what sort of levels you can get here, because at the very Indonesian style, you've got really cheap costs, and at the very Western style, it's very expensive. So let's go and check it out. All right, so this is their street that they live on. So it's a little gang, which is pretty typical here in Indonesia, very typical street. And it's within walking distance of cafes, supermarkets, a fruit shop, which is just over there. It's not far from the markets. You can get on the back of a motorbike and get to the markets. All the different things that you want are pretty local. You're pretty thrifty when it comes to money here.
Yes.
So here we go. Here's the house. And do you eat out very often?
No.
So you're cooking most of your own food?
Yeah, I cook most. Derris, he'll eat out.
Yep.
Because he likes to go to these local rung.
Yeah.
And get
his
the nasi.
gorengan and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. We do maybe once a week. We'll eat out. We'll go see a band and have a drink.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But that's about it. I do eat warang food sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's yummy. But I can't eat it every night because I'll end up huge.
It's true. Hey, this is nice. So this is your Indo-style house. And most people will see this and go, you know what? This looks nice. It looks nice.
Mm.
Did you have to buy furniture for this place?
It did have some basic furniture, but we bought...
Like this stuff here, did you buy that?
Yeah, we bought this.
'Cause that's really nice. A nice little sitting area.
Yeah, well, this used to be here, and that's pretty old. But, and this is my swimming pool.
Nice little bar. I actually like it.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah.
I just get the hose in that and just...
Yeah, I do. I just sit there with me tablet and
That's a great way to sort of while away the afternoon.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's great.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all that expensive. So, and Derris just put the base there. So
Yeah. How do you move that? That's weigh a ton, wouldn't you? Need a crane for that.
Yeah, well, it took a few boys to bring it inside.
All right. So how much are you paying, well, for a year, how much do you pay for this? Do you pay yearly or do you pay 2 yearly or how do you pay?
I paid, it's 45 million rupiah a year, which is really good.
That is dirt cheap.
I started off with 5 years when I got this in COVID, and it was a lot cheaper than that. And of course, they did put it up, which we were expecting, can't be that cheap. So 45 per year, and I put down 5 years.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So I've got this all paid up till about 2032.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And if it gets put up too much after that, you'll just find somewhere else to live. Yeah,
there's a lot of places that we can go, you know. And like I said, it's just
because I think the thing about here is that we often get stuck in the bule lane, the white person or foreigner lane, where we just see all the foreigner prices and we think it's expensive. Yeah. And it can be. Yeah. But it doesn't have to be. Well, that's it. I mean, and having an Indonesian husband really helps. Yeah. I think the other thing about it is that if you walk the streets and you look for those places that say dikontrakan or for rent on the sign, and you call those people, you can start to get an idea of what the local prices are, because you'll have a look at a lot of local houses. Yeah. How about we look around your house? Okay. I can see some nice artwork up here. Where'd you get that from? So here we go. We've got some art on the wall here. So you're painting all of this yourself? Yes, I've painted all of this myself. When did you start painting? Have you always painted? No, I've always been good at art. I used to get, that's the only thing I got A's in at school. Definitely not maths or science. I used to do a lot of drawing, and then I started doing acrylics about 7 years ago. Oh, okay. And I've just painted and painted and got better at it. Refined your technique. Yeah. And I did sell my paintings in Australia. Now it's just an art gallery. I do have an exhibition once a year. Nice. So, So, this is my Indonesian. That's quite beautiful, isn't it? And you've got some over here as well, different styles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more
I have a lot of different styles. These are from photos that I've taken. So this is a different style to the black and white ones. Yeah, these are just statues I've taken pictures of.
travel poster style things.
Yep. And my drawings.
Oh, they're nice. Is that?
They're all from around Sanur.
Wow,
doorways and
that's
statues.
beautiful. I really love those. Look at the detail on some of these ones. That is fantastic.
So I still like drawing if I get sick of painting.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
And these are like animals and a little Bali one.
It's quite a big house, by the way, as we're walking through your gallery.
It is big. Yeah, it is big. And here's my, basic kitchen.
That's standard Indo-style kitchen.
Yeah.
Like this kitchen bench is almost identical to what I used to have in Bundung. Like same sort of concreted in bench like that. That's pretty standard stuff. Yeah. And all the windows, like the windows even look like the same windows I used to have.
Yeah. I love them.
And the thing is, people see something like this and they might say, I can't live in a place like that. What would you say to that?
Well, if you can't live in a place like that, I mean, it has Indonesian problems like the walls like rising damp,
Nothing a good lick of paint can't fix.
You get what you pay for. And my husband knows how to fix it all up. It has because of last wet season when it was torrential, the roof leaked.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah, but that's always going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can cope with some of that, it's fine.
And this is my jungle room.
Nice.
Look, I've even got lights.
Nice. I see you've got fans all around the place as well.
Yeah,
It keeps it quite cool, doesn't it?
It does. This house does stay pretty cool. I've got air conditioning in the bedroom because
So do you sleep with the air conditioning on every night? Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Bit hotter here than Bundung. It's quite warm here at night. So
that's the the squat toilet.
Squat toilet.
Yeah, this is.
So you've got a proper Western toilet as well.
Yeah, I've got this is a bedroom.
Yeah.
We've got proper Western toilet.
There's your bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Have you got hot water?
We do have hot water. That's a junk room. You can only look at it very briefly.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. So you've got hot water.
I've got hot water, but I don't use it.
Ah, okay. I find I have the hot water on when I start to have a shower, but after about 30 seconds, I've got it on full cold.
Yeah.
So I just do it just so I'm not shocked, and then I'm on full cold as well.
Well,
usually.
I've got a hot water system.
Yeah.
But it's not connected. I don't really need it.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to having.
Yeah. It costs a bit of money to run one of those as well.
Oh, yeah.
A few bucks a day.
That keeps the cost down. And, the water's not cold here.
How much do you spend in electricity in a month?
We pay about $50 a month.
Wow, that's nothing, is it?
500,000
That's less. That's about $40. Yeah, that's cheap, isn't it? Yeah, I spend a bit more than that because I have the AC running a bit more. But yeah, oh, that's nice. This is quite a nice house. I've got to say, I think this is an absolute bargain, but it's not something surprising. These places are available all around the place. You've just got to know where to look. You've got to do your homework. You've really got to dig deeper. You can't just sort of lob up here and expect to get everything you want in one go. And I think that's the thing that you've really benefited from is that Derris has all the local contacts, right?
Yeah, like I said, he's been a blessing because he can get all those sort of things. So, yeah.
What I really love about Kellie's story for me is that it just proves that you can come to Bali on a real budget and live a really good life. It doesn't mean you have to live a poverty-style lifestyle. You live a really good life. Yeah. And Kellie's living proof of it. Goes out every now and then, has a few drinks, watches a band, cooks her own food most of the time, has a really comfortable house here and a comfortable lifestyle. And you can probably do this on much less money than you've got, probably.
Yes, I couldn't survive in Australia.
No.
The prices have gone crazy.
Yeah. Look, thank you very much, Kellie, for being on the channel. I really appreciate it. Hey, thanks, Derris.
Terima kasih.
Yeah, Nuhun ya. Nuhun's a Sundanese word. He's from West Java, so doing a bit of Sundanese language here. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
And thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.